Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The protector in a man. Now this is very important, and the protector, I use the term protector just for the title of this video. It could also be the warrior in a man. If those who followed my discussions about the house of the man. The house of the man, and one of the pillars is a warrior, being a protector. Now, they don't mean going out there fighting and just fighting everybody, or even physical. It could be a mental thing. Somebody with that protector energy, shoot, they're going to speak up. They'll be on the job and speak up for somebody being treated poorly, or speak up for the group or something. But the main protector, though, is within the family. That man who's going to protect his wife, he's going to protect his children, he's going to protect the fire. I was about to say something about the fire. He's going to, like, if there is a fire, let me make that clear. If there is a fire, he's running towards the fire. He's running towards the fire. He's going to do what he can to protect those within his boundary. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me be clear on that. Because, it's funny, you hear women say, well, we want a man to protect us. Well, you got someone who will protect you. But one thing about the protector, that's an energy. That's not an image. That guy who might be like short of stature, got extra weight on him, might have more protective energy within him than a man who's 6'4", muscular, super handsome and all of that. It don't look like that action. The real protector don't look like that action hero that we see in the movies. Like I said, he could be an ordinary guy, even a guy who is real quiet, but when something happens, he needs to step up. He does it without any hesitation. I remember I talked about that in one of the a self-improvement seminar, and I never forget this young man, and he still supports me to this day. He questioned whether he had the warrior, and I say he probably had a warrior more than most men. More than most men, because the warrior, the protector, doesn't come out until it has to. It's like walking along, I remember me and a group of men, we were talking about how a man is going to be. A man might have that knife, that gun, on him, but he's quiet about it until he has to use it. See, that's the protector. The protector, when you're going to naturally protect those who are associated with you. Like I remember when my oldest son, now he's about roughly 2.5 years older than my youngest son. I remember my oldest son was pushing like the carriage with my youngest son, right? And it was at an airport. Some woman tried to take it, and she was just trying to be helpful. He's like, no. I remember another time, he body slammed this one dude who he felt was getting too close to the youngest. He body slammed him. I was like, whoa, shoot. But he had that natural protector. He's naturally protective of his baby brother. That's the natural thing. And shoot, the other one the same way, naturally protective. That's what the protector is. A protector might not come out. They cool otherwise till you mess with somebody who's under their protection. It's like that man you can make jokes about, you can roast and all of that. And he'd be like, yeah, and he'll agree with you. Yeah, try roasting this kid. He'll kill your ass. He'd be like, I do mean he'll kill your ass. Seriously, but that's a protector though. People say, well, why kill? No, you gotta understand the protective energy. The protective energy doesn't care about itself. The protective energy will protect those within its boundary. And there's nothing wrong with a man having that. Like you get some men who might, they're going out with their woman or something, and they tell her, nah, don't be wearing that flashy clothes or anything like that. And some women and even some men will say, no, what's wrong with him? He should want that, blah, blah, blah. They say, no, he's protecting her. He's protecting her. Ain't no insecurity. He already knows some guys are going to come at her a certain way, so he's protecting her. When the father says, okay, he tells the children, it's like, nah, y'all need to be doing this, this, and this. That's a protective thing. See, the man's thinking in terms of protection, And that's it. That's very important that you have to understand. Now, one of the things that you have to do is nothing wrong with it. Now, people say, if the house of the man, that's the first one that's easiest to develop. That's the first one. Just think, do you want anything to happen to one of your loved ones? And when you step up, and it's not always physical protection, though it can be, it's also being willing to speak up for someone. To say, oh no, wait a minute, hold up. Willing to direct someone, willing to say, no, don't go down that way because this is what's going to happen. Like the example I use of a woman with a man, she's dressed a certain way. Some women, some people would say, oh yeah, he's being insecure. It's like, no, he already knows that's going to draw unwarranted attention. He already knows that he might have to go to somebody's job. He's thinking on those levels. He's going to look at the bigger picture. And, how to develop it, just let it develop. It's already within him, man. When my son was raised, body slammed somebody as a little child who was messing with his brother. I ain't teach him that. I ain't tell him he had to do that. When he pushing the carriage, won't let somebody else touch it. I ain't have to tell him to do that. It was in him already. He already had that warrior in him. Every single man has that within them. Every single man has that within him. Don't let society try to tell you otherwise. When you trying to protect baby girl, you telling baby girl, look, don't be wearing those clothes like that because you know how the boys out there are. You telling your daughter, say, nah, you can't be doing that. That's going to draw unnecessary attention. Like we needed more fathers. How many girls out here kidnapped every day? Every day. And they kidnap primarily for how they look. Fathers shoot. And some fathers, they say, nah, don't be sneaking around doing all this. But that's the protector in a man. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're talking masculinity, any talk about masculinity, you got it. The warrior is a part of it. The warrior, the protector. Somebody's going to protect their the people within their boundary, which is their family. The warrior is going to protect their family or their friends. The warrior is going to speak up on the job and say, hold up, don't be doing that, or even like get in front of them. And they're going to do it without thinking about it. That's how powerful it is. That's how powerful it is. And like I said, don't let anybody talk you out of it, because trust me, we really need more men to have their protector side open up to them. We need that in society, because otherwise, we see how society is acting now. That's because we don't have enough men who've activated the protector. There's no magic to it. Just be men. It's going to happen automatically, And those who like really accepted that they're men and that they have boundaries, is automatically open. And the children are automatically in the boundaries. The women got to work to get in that boundary. But once they're in, he won't touch her. See, that's another thing. You get these women complaining about men abusing them and stuff. Once a man accepts a woman within his boundary, he won't touch her. He won't do anything. But he won't let anybody else touch her either. So that's the important thing. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. Yeah, the protecting a man, that's a normal thing. Let it flow. All right. So anyway, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.